Imagine this. You and your partner are in love, you share dreams, maybe even a Netflix password. But then money enters the picture. Suddenly, date night turns into, why did you spend that much on takeout night? If couples fight about money more than anything else, then why does no one teach us how to actually plan finances together? That's exactly what we're going to solve today. By the end of this video, you'll know how to create a clear financial plan as a couple that reduces stress, builds trust, and helps you actually enjoy life together. But here's the catch. Most couples make one small mistake that ruins their entire plan. Stick around, because later in the video I'll reveal what that mistake is and how to avoid it. Number 1. Start with honest money conversations. Most couples avoid talking about money because it feels uncomfortable, but it's the foundation of everything else. Sit down and share your financial history. How much debt do you have? How much do you earn? What are your money habits? For example, one partner might be a saver who clips coupons while the other loves spending on experiences. Neither is wrong, but if you don't talk about it, small habits can blow up into big arguments. Studies show that couples who openly discuss money report higher relationship satisfaction. So before you even talk about budgets or goals, create a judgment-free zone where you both can lay your cards on the table. Number 2. Define your shared goals. Money is never just about dollars. It's about what those dollars mean for your future. Ask yourselves, do we want to buy a home, pay off debt, travel, start a family, or retire early? Once you know your goals, you can align your spending to match. Imagine one couple wants to save for a down payment in 3 years. If they need $30,000, that's equal to saving $10,000 per year, or about $833 per month. Breaking big goals into smaller chunks makes them realistic and less overwhelming. Without clear goals, you're just reacting to bills instead of creating a life together. Number 3. Choose your money management style. There are 3 main ways couples usually handle money. First, all in one pot. Both incomes go into a joint account and all expenses come from there. Second, keep it separate. Each person manages their own accounts and they split bills. Third, a hybrid. Keep a joint account for shared expenses like rent or groceries, but also maintain personal accounts for individual spending. For example, Emily and Jake pool money for bills and savings, but they each keep $200 monthly in separate accounts for fun purchases. This avoids fights about you spent too much on shoes, because personal money is truly personal. The key is not which style you pick, but that you both agree and it feels fair. Number 4. Build a simple budget together. Budgets sound boring, but think of it as a spending plan, a map for your money. A simple method is the 50-30-20 rule. Spend 50% of your income on needs like housing, food, and utilities. Use 30% for wants like dining out or entertainment. Save or pay off debt with the remaining 20%. If you both earn $5,000 combined per month, that's $2,500 for needs, $1,500 for wants, and $1,000 for savings or debt repayment. Budgeting together forces teamwork. It's not about restricting. It's about making sure you both know where your money is going. Number 5. Create an emergency fund. Life throws curveballs, job loss, medical bills, car repairs. Without savings, these can wreck both your finances and your relationship. Aim for at least 3 to 6 months of essential expenses. If your bills are $3,000 per month, then your emergency fund should be between $9,000 and $18,000. That might sound huge, but start small. Even $50 per week adds up to $2,600 in a year. An emergency fund isn't just money, it's peace of mind for both of you. Number 6. Tackle debt as a team. Debt can feel like a heavy backpack you're both carrying uphill. Talk about all debts, credit cards, student loans, car loans. Decide whether you'll attack the smallest balances first for quick wins or the highest interest rates to save money. For example, paying off a credit card charging 20% interest should usually come before paying down a 5% student loan. If one partner has more debt, agree on whether you'll tackle it together or separately. The key is teamwork, not blame. Number 7. Plan for big purchases. Nothing strains a relationship like surprise spending. If one partner buys a $2,000 TV without talking, the other might feel blindsided. Set a big purchase rule. For example, agree that anything over $200 requires a discussion. That way, neither person feels left out of financial decisions. Planning ahead for vacations, furniture, or even holidays avoids resentment and helps you both enjoy the spending. Number 8. Protect yourselves with insurance. Insurance may not be exciting, but it's like a seatbelt. It protects you when life crashes. Health insurance, car insurance, renters or homeowners insurance, and life insurance are crucial. If you depend on each other's income, life insurance can protect the surviving partner from financial ruin. Imagine a couple with kids. If one partner passes away and there's no life insurance, the surviving partner faces not only emotional grief, but also money stress. It's tough to talk about, but it's real planning. Number 9. Save for retirement early. Retirement may feel far away, but the earlier you start, the easier it gets thanks to compound growth. Let's say you invest $300 a month starting at age 25 by age 65. With an average 7% return, you'd have over $700,000. But if you wait until 35 to start, you'd only have around $340,000. That's almost half. The takeaway: even if you're still paying off debt or saving for a house, put something, anything, toward retirement. Future you will thank present you. Number 10. Plan for family and kids. Kids are wonderful, but they're also expensive. Studies estimate raising a child in the USA can cost over $230,000 before college. If you plan to have children, start thinking about costs like childcare, education, healthcare, and daily needs. Consider starting a 529 college savings plan or other education account. Even saving $100 a month from the time your child is born can grow to more than $30,000 by college age. Planning ahead avoids sticker shock later. Number 11. Talk about taxes. Taxes may not sound romantic, but married couples have choices: file jointly or separately. For most couples, filing jointly leads to lower taxes, but not always. For example, if one partner has high medical expenses or student loan payments based on income, filing separately might make sense. Learn about tax deductions too, like mortgage interest or childcare credits. Understanding taxes can save you thousands, money that can go straight toward your goals. Number 12. Keep money meetings. Think of money meetings like date nights for your finances. Once a month, sit down together. Review your budget, track progress toward goals, and talk about upcoming expenses. Keep it short, 20 to 30 minutes. Make it fun: order pizza or grab coffee while you talk. Regular check-ins keep you both on the same page and prevent money from becoming a source of constant stress. Number 13. Respect financial independence. Even in a marriage or long-term partnership, it's important for each person to have some independence. That's why many couples create fun money budgets, small amounts each partner can spend without questions asked. For example, maybe each person gets $150 per month to use however they like. This prevents feelings of control and keeps some freedom alive in the relationship. A healthy financial plan balances togetherness with personal independence. Number 14. Seek professional help if needed. Sometimes, money conversations get stuck. Maybe one partner avoids talking, or arguments never end. A financial advisor or couple's financial coach can help mediate. Just like couples see therapists for communication, you can see a money expert for finances. An advisor can also help with advanced topics like investing strategies, tax planning, or estate planning. Number 15. The biggest mistake couples make. Here's the loop we opened earlier. The single mistake that ruins most couples' financial plans is silence. Avoiding the conversation, hoping money problems will work themselves out. They don't. Small issues snowball into debt, stress, even divorce. The solution is simple: talk, plan, and act together. Your financial plan doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be yours, together. Number 16. Decide how to handle gifts and celebrations. Birthdays, holidays, and anniversaries can quickly turn into budget breakers if you don't plan ahead. Some couples feel pressured to overspend, while others feel guilty for spending it all. A simple solution is to agree on a spending limit for gifts and celebrations. For example, you might decide to spend no more than $100 each for birthdays. This way, no one feels disappointed or stressed when the bill comes. Number 17. Plan for vacations without debt. Vacations are meant to relax you, not add financial stress. Instead of putting the entire trip on a credit card, start a vacation fund where you both contribute monthly. For example, if you want a $3,000 trip in 1 year, save $250 a month. Watching the fund grow together also builds excitement for the trip itself. The memories will feel even better when you know they're paid for in cash. Number 18. Balance lifestyle differences. Sometimes one partner wants a modest lifestyle while the other enjoys more luxury. Instead of constant conflict, try compromise. For example, you might agree to drive a used car to save money, but still splurge on eating at a nice restaurant once a month. Balancing lifestyle differences is about respect. Neither person should feel controlled or ignored, and compromise keeps resentment from building up. Number 19. Set boundaries with extended family. Money conflicts don't always come from the couple. They often come from parents, siblings, or relatives asking for financial help. Before this happens, discuss how much you're comfortable giving, if any. Maybe you'll agree to help only in emergencies, or you'll cap it at a certain amount per year. Clear boundaries protect your relationship from outside pressure and make sure both partners feel secure. Number 20. Think about long-term care. It may feel far away, but one day you or your partner might need care in old age. Long-term care can cost thousands of dollars per month. Discuss options early, like setting aside savings, buying long-term care insurance, or exploring government programs. Thinking about it now might feel uncomfortable, but it saves you both from bigger stress later when health challenges arise. Number 21. Plan for one partner leaving the workforce. Sometimes one partner chooses to stay home with children, go back to school, or take a break from work. This changes income, savings, and even retirement planning. Before it happens, run the numbers. Can you still cover your expenses on one income? Can you keep contributing to savings? Planning ahead makes the transition smoother and avoids surprises that could lead to resentment. Number 22. Keep track of your net worth together. Your net worth is simply everything you own minus everything you owe. Tracking this number once or twice a year shows whether you're moving forward or backward. For example, if last year your net worth was $20,000 and this year it's $30,000, you're on the right path. It's motivating to see progress and keeps you both focused on the bigger picture, not just the daily bills. At the end of the day, financial planning for couples isn't really about money. It's about trust, teamwork, and building the life you both dream about. Imagine the relief of knowing you're on the same page. Imagine the excitement of hitting big goals together. Imagine the freedom of living life without constant money stress. That's the power of planning as a team. Now I'd love to know, what's one financial goal you and your partner would love to achieve together?